The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting.
Mike 54. Mike 54. It's our time. It's our time.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second rounder from Penn State. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch 54. It's coming this way, coming this way.
2nd and 5 now. Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Here we go. 20. Great.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Wentz now on first down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Seahawks nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Kill. Check 99.
Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Mike, boys, 56. Check 56.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 15. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Tempo.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, it's caught. Lockett. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Watch the twist. 56. Mike, 56, right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
Good work, boys.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like he just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Alert flare.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Wentz going to throw. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And Sanders has got it complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sunday.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Eagles 14, Seahawks nothing. Jake Elliott to kick
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check. 14, Friday. One left. Hold. Hey, easy. Green,
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Wilson. Now he's flushed out right. He's got Lockett. And out across midfield down to the 45. He got 29 yards that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Mike's 56. Mike's
Zebra.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Watch the edge.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Get ready.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Run left.
56.
Go.
56 is the mic. Come on, D.
This is Carson.
56.
Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Run, go!
A gain of 10 brings up 2nd and 5. 40-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Who needs help? Who needs help when you got D like this?
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down now, it's Carson, and he gets it down to the 32. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Shit, guys, 4 down, 4 down. Shit.
Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, they'll run the screen with Carson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check 13. Check 13.
Hey, alert, alert, alert. Took right.
Mike, 53.
To throw is Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Wilson completes it to Dixon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Check that guy, 4 down, 4 down. Friday. Sorry.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. You go night. Sean. Time to go night. 56. 56 is the Mike.
Now it's Wilson.
Gotta do better.
End zone caught.
Come on.
Touchdown, Seattle. Will Disley, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gun. Hey, guys, listen.
You got motion man right there.
They run again with Carson.
Watch a slant.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mike's 56. 56.
Now Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
15.
Sick is the mic.
Spot that.
Hatch it.
Run left. Check.
On first down, Carson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Check.
Good job right there.
Fresno.
Good shot.
Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Zebra.
53's the mark.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Malik Jackson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Check safety. Kill.
Check 50.
Kill.
All go special. Fuzz.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Mike 54. Too little, Cupcake.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 120.
Mike 54. Come for you.
Wentz now on 1st down. It's caught by Aguilar. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's coming again.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll hit Jeffrey, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Get ready. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
We got motion. We got motion. Back up, back up.
They run it with Carson.
Run, run, run.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Throwing on 2nd down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Drop deep, drop deep.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Ziggy Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Wentz now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Here we go. 120.
Let's go, defense.
Straight 15. Straight 15.
Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Makes the score Eagles 21, Seahawks 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Bang out. Bam.
36.
Now it's Wilson. He will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Throwing again here, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Take a seat. You can't stop me. 56.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance. It just was unsuccessful. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a carry for Sanders. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Eagles, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.